Well, hey everybody, it's Ali Flores again here with OrlandoVacation.com, and we're going to give you some fun tips and tricks how to make your Orlando vacation awesome. What are we talking about today? I'll give you a hint. You want to celebrate the merriest of holidays somewhere warm, full of things to do, but you don't know how to plan? No worries. We have got a guide for you on just how to set up for your very own Christmas in Orlando. But if you haven't done this yet, hit that subscribe button and the bell icon so you get notified on when these tips and trick videos are going to pop up. Okay, let's get to Christmas in Orlando. So, you're planning on coming just for the holiday season to Orlando. First and foremost, you will need to plan ahead of time. Cannot stress this enough. Orlando is an incredibly popular destination, especially for Christmas. Not only will prices be lower if you plan as early as possible, but you will have more options. You don't want to miss out on a great opportunity because you tried to plan a week before Christmas. So please, 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 plan early. Now that you've decided to plan early, you have to decide if you're driving or flying. Either way, you are sure to be impacted by crowds and, of course, cost the later in December you travel. Depending on where you're coming from, flights might give you the option of arriving quicker than if you drove. That is the biggest pro, especially if you live far away. The earlier in the holiday season you travel, the more options for direct flights and the lower the costs will be. You also won't have to deal with the large crowds that will be at the airport, especially the week of Christmas. Everyone knows Christmas time is the busiest time for airports, so make sure to take that into consideration. Delays can also happen, so be prepared. Now, if you're thinking about driving, I have news for you. It can actually be cheaper than a flight, especially if you're not too far from Florida. You have the freedom of coming and going on your own schedule. You also don't have to worry about getting a rental car once you're here because, you have a car. Rental or not, driving also gives you the option of packing more since you won't be charged per weight. Like with flying, the earlier in December you drive, the less traffic you will have to deal with. Keep in mind, though, hotels and theme parks might charge you for parking. Now that you've gotten here, where are you going to stay? Hotels get booked up very quickly for the holidays, so once you know where you want to stay, book it quickly. There are hotels available for every price range, but if you don't have a car, find one that's near the attractions and see if they provide shuttles to the airport and the theme parks. Also, look into a hotel that may be providing Christmas entertainment. Gaylord Palms Resort creates an ice playground every year that's not only a fantastic family-friendly event, but a great experience in case the parks get a little too overwhelming. For those of you who are driving or have large families, you may want a vacation home. These can help create a more festive feel as well. Some people even bring easy-to-remove decorations to bring out that Christmas spirit. Vacation homes also provide bigger rooms for large families to help with costs, as well as full kitchens to save on meals. You can even look into RV parks for your holidays. Fort Wilderness has very festive Christmas tenants that decorate their RVs and campgrounds for the holidays. Just make sure you book these fast because they can fill up quickly. Getting around Orlando is super important because Orlando is bigger than it looks and public transportation isn't always accessible. If you're driving or renting a car, you can get around easily on your schedule. But do keep in mind that traffic will get more saturated the closer to Christmas you get, and you will have to get to the parks earlier than you think. If you aren't driving, ride shares are available in Orlando with Lyft and Uber. Look up their policies on where they can drop you off at both the parks and airports so you can plan arrival times accordingly. There's just a pro tip for travel in Orlando. If at all possible, avoid I-4. If you can get on a side road, that's going to save you some time. A lot of times the Waze apps and the Google Map apps don't calculate the slowdowns that are going to be happening on I-4. So take a look at side roads. Now, will it be cold? Maybe. Will it be warm? Probably. The holiday season in Orlando is coming out of the rainy fall and heading into a dry winter. It can sometimes get so cold you will need a jacket, and then the next day you can play beach volleyball on the beach. So pack for both scenarios and bring light layers. As for how busy it gets, well, it's pretty busy. In fact, it is considered the busiest time of year. It's the busiest time of the year. I know, singing voice as well. Now, if you're worried about missing out on all that Orlando has to offer, if you come early enough in the season, don't fret. All the main theme parks start their holiday festivities usually around Thanksgiving or soon after. So if you do want to avoid crowds, come early in December when crowd levels are lower. Another tip is that most main theme parks keep the festive experiences going until the first week of January to cover Three Kings Day for South American travelers. It is still busy, but not as busy as the week of Christmas. If you want to know specifically what each theme park does for Christmas, check out our videos on things to do in Disney at Christmas. We also have ones for Universal, SeaWorld, and Legoland. All right, if you're looking for more tips and tricks for your next Orlando vacation or you need help planning, be sure to check out our website at orlandovacation.com, where we offer the best discounted prices and have a variety of blogs to help you make the most out of your Orlando vacation. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.